Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So it's not every single world tournament now, but every few world tournaments, one of the older world tournament reward cards will actually awaken. Right now they're more so focusing on easying a lot of these world tournament reward cards. Now, of this world tournament, we do actually have several decent characters. So that's going to be pretty good, including this Bojack. Remember that this Bojack, by the way, was originally a global first. This SSR came out in January of 2019 on global, and his SSR came out in October of 2019 on JP. I remember while recording this guy's showcase in October of 2019, I was watching The Mummy Returns, like a little behind-the-scenes info. It's true! In between, like, you know, when I would cut and stuff like that in that video, I was watching The Mummy Returns. So, this guy now has a Dokkan Awakening. Let's go ahead and Dokkan Awaken him. Now, with his Dokkan Awakening, remember, he will get one new link. In the old days, I would have, you know, then grinded this guy up a second time, right, to get that last link to level 10. But now that link skill orbs are a thing, this is the perfect type of character for me to just drop some link skill orbs into that level 10, or that link, which should be Shattering Limit, and just go ahead and get that completed. I figured I'd just do that on the video right here. So he has one new link, that's Shattering the Limit. I do not mind using a little bit of resources right there to go ahead and pop into Bojack. I'm pretty conservative with the orbs, like the link skill balls that I use, right? In conjunction with keys and stuff like that, I can afford to just do that for like a character like this Bojack. So bam, there we go. Now Bojack is at link level 10 without me having to grind him up a second time in order to do that. Now remember, this guy, I should say a Dokkan Awakening, so he doesn't have a sticker or anything like that. So here we go in terms of looking what our boy is rocking. I view this Bojack as actually kind of decent. I think that this guy could be good, like actually good. You know, he has a lot of restrictions, but I don't mind that for a free-to-play character. If we're gonna make the free-to-play character actually good with all the restrictions, I think that's a-okay. Basically, this Bojack, to be good, needs to be on a full villain space traveling warrior team. That's what he needs to be on. Turles, Cooler, Bojack characters, all villain space traveling warriors, right? So let's jump in and let's see how effective this Bojack is going to be. Again, I think that he is actually a decent character for a World Tournament free-to-play unit, but let's go ahead and jump in and take a look. Alright, here we are with Bojack-sama out here. Let's go and take a look at what our boy Bojack is doing. We, of course, have him linked up next to the LR Bojack here. Links are Heraclan, Galactic Warriors, Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, Revival, Wall Standing Tall, and then Shattering Limit. Remember, I kind of view Wall Standing Tall sort of as characters that fought Gohan, kinda, a little bit. Well, I guess a lot of these did not fight Gohan, right? Obviously, we know why Cell would be on it, Bojack, but, I mean, Kid Buu does not fight Gohan. Buu Tanks, though, of course, does. Buu Piccolo, I guess, no, but whatever. Some of them. But the link is used for the Ultimate Gohan Dokkan event, but, I mean, you could vaguely see how it's sort of like that. But while standing tall, by the way, it's 20% attack. Plus disables the Dokkan event Ultimate Gohan's, you know, like special ability or whatever like that. Because remember, way back in the day, could you imagine how much people would lose their marbles, by the way, if, like, links activated would make a boss fight easier nowadays? People would be screaming at the, like, they'd be so mad. Oh my god, we have to summon to beat the event. Like, it's just this comedy, man. Whatever. Let's just let me focus up. But needless to say, we got all these links up next to LR Bojack, so we're looking good there. Super attack effect is good. 50% attack and defense, lower enemy defense. Sure, we'll take it. He gets 3 key, 140% attack and defense. He gets 70% attack, up to 70% attack. More HP remaining, greater the attack buff. Okay. He gets 70% attack and defense and disable enemy guard on super. Disable enemy guard I found to be mostly pointless. He gets 30% attack and defense per Space Traveling Warrior category ally in the team. As you guys can see, we have a full Space Traveling Warrior team. He gives all allies 2 key, 30% attack if all allies are extreme class. As you guys can see, we also have that fulfilled. He gets a 70% chance to crit if all allies are Space Traveling Warriors. Again, we got that. And then he guards if all allies are specifically Space Traveling Warrior Extreme Class characters. I do not mind the restrictions for Bojack. It makes him good, but limits him to one specific type of team. But I got no problem with that. I think that's a good way to design free-to-play characters. Dokkan Fest exclusives? Hell no. But free-to-play characters? Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Alright, let's have... Nah, we really shouldn't. We could greed out a little bit of extra damage, but it would be a mistake. I do think that LR Bojack would probably kill Cell. Alright, let's see what type of damage. So remember that physical Bojack, I mean, he is guarding right here. And I did give him a dodge build, so we potentially could dodge as well. Yep, we can see some dodges in right there. Gets up to 7.5. Wow, 7.5, really. Because 7.5, with a 70% chance to crit, he's supporting and he's guarding. He's not bad. Like, he's decent. This is decent. It's not hard, right, to make, like, a good free-to-play character. That's pretty good. I like him. A 7 million attack stat from a guarding support character who's free to play, and not only is the 7 million attack stat, he's got a bastard has a 70% chance to crit. You kidding me? I'll take it. Yeah, I like him. Some of these characters we've gotten in the last couple of weeks. I mean, that data download, the Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. I mean, some of these like free-to-play characters in Sub EZA, some of them are not bad, man. Again, I do like this Bojack here. I think he's pretty decent. All right, we can grab a couple more rotations from our boy Goat Jack right here. By the way, Bojack, I mean, I would not be shocked if we see Bojack show up here or there. We know that he is not New Year's, of course. That's Dragon Fist, as well as Hirudegarn. But, I mean, maybe we could... Bojack, I mean, would he be part of Anniversary? Bojack is not a character that's hype enough for Anniversary. But do I think he could be an Anniversary? Maybe. Because I do think that Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is a character that's potentially hype enough to be an Anniversary. I mean, remember, Bojack and that Gohan were Legends Anniversary characters. So, I could sort of see it being a thing. But probably not. Dokkan, let's be real. They're just dropping Fusions or Beast Gohan or some shit like that, right? Like, that's what Dokkan is going to drop for Anniversary. So maybe we could see Bojack as, like, the first Dokkan Fest in March. I mean, I know it seems insane to think about, but, yeah, I mean, the next, Bojack level Dokkan Fest character, the next one spot we'd have is in March. Maybe, we could see a Bojack in April or something like that. Now, keep in mind, in 2023, essentially now, for the last 6 months of 2023, they did not really give us villain characters, really. I guess we got a couple of EZA villain androids in Android 13, and then 16, 17, and 18. That is for sure, but for the most part, like, again, they didn't really give us villains for months and months and months, right? Like, and then, when we did get a villain, Omega's the only villain we've gotten, in terms of, like, an LR or Dokkan Fest. He was in July, and he sucks. I mean, you're not running GT bosses. It's not even a real team, basically. So, GG's, good luck, if you're villains. So I'd love for them to, drop us, Lord Slug, a Bojack. There's a bunch of stuff that they certainly could do. Plus, remember, the Bojack Dokkan Fest, that transforming Bojack, he's got a good kit. That's a character that could EZA, and he's going to be real nasty, I think, that Bojack. So that's going to be very interesting to see when he does EZA. And, potentially when he gets that EZA, that's when, Dokkan Fest Bojack could show up. Certainly could be a thing. All right, so let's see. Oh, this is a very nice rotation right here. I kind of want to put LR Bojack in someone. Would we die, though? If LR Bojack... Does LR Bojack in slot 1 get us killed? Because remember, LR Bojack does give a little bit of an attack buff on his 18 key to villains. Let's go for it. Again, this might be a bit risky. This might be a little too risky. I don't know. Would Cell kill him? We do have 700k HP. I mean, we've kind of seen what we need to see from Bojack. Maybe I could recreate this situation if Cell does kill him. I don't think he will. What about the normals here? 93? After he supers, we might be okay. Damn, yes. I mean, this cell, that defensive debuff, the defensive debuff really does cut in. That's where physical Bojack in slot 1 would have been able to handle it much better. And we get up to 8.3 million. So that's pretty much going to be the highest we'll see from Bojack, and he's guarding. So, like, if we had him in slot 1, he would have been able to handle that much better, right? So, yeah, I mean, this Bojack for just like a World Tournament reward card awakening, I feel like he's fine. We could certainly see him be an effective little character, I think, moving forward. I think they actually did a fairly good job with Bojack. Going into, like, a World Tournament, it's like I would not expect Bojack to be as solid as he is. Okay, why don't we just go ahead and get this? I haven't gotten this animation in a video in 500 years. Alright guys, let's just go ahead and take a look at our boy Bojack and what we are rocking here. So this right here, this is Release of Evil Power Bojack. Leader skills, extreme physical type key 3 and 90% of stats. Super attack is the Grand Smasher, which gets 50% attack and defense for 1 turn, supreme damage, and then lowers enemy defense. His passive skill, Pressure of Cruel Force. He gets 3 key and 140% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets up to 70% attack. The more HP remaining, the greater the attack boost. He gets 70% attack and defense and disable enemy guard on super attack. Then he gets 30% attack and defense per Space Traveling Warrior category ally in the team. He gives all allies 2 key 30% attack if all allies are extreme class. He gets a 70% chance to crit if all allies are Space Traveling Warrior characters. And then he guaranteed guards if all allies are extreme class Space Traveling Warrior characters. So he does have a ton of restrictions in there, but it's all kind of like the same thing. If you bring a full team of extreme class Space Traveling Warrior characters, this Bojack is going to be supporting, guarding, and just generally be a solid character. I think him as like a floating support could be decent if you're going to run an extreme class Space Traveling Warrior team. I like this Bojack. I think he's fine. Links are the Hera Clan, Galactic Warriors, Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, Revival, The Wall Standing Tall, and Shattering the Limit. 12 key multiplier is 140% for Bojack. And he does have quite a few teams here, but obviously Space Traveling Warriors is pretty much where we do need to run him, right? So he, of course, is here on the Resurrected Warrior category team. I feel like it's rare to get options for this team. Yeah, it's not too often we're getting Resurrected Warrior characters. He's also over here on the Movie Bosses category team. Man, you look at that and it's like, damn, it does, like, you could tell, dude, I mentioned this recently, where, it's been, a couple of months, time for a Movie Bosses character, and sure enough, Harudegarn is about to drop, right? Like, they do not go very long without dropping Movie Bosses, man. Then we have the, this is Time Travelers. Yeah, this is the Time Traveler team Bojack is on right there. He's also over here on the Terrifying Conqueror category team. This is essentially the team we were running him on today, with Captain Ginyu there. Then Bojack is also on the Inhuman Deeds category team. I would definitely like to see this be a leader skill for some character at some point. Then Bojack is also on Space Traveling Warriors. I mean, this is the true team that we'll be running Bojack on, right, for sure. Then Bojack is also on Storied Figures, this goofy-ass team. I mean, you want to talk about a team that really does not get characters. I mean, there's Dokkan Fest Bojack in November of 2020, so quite a while ago right there. Then Bojack is also on the Legendary Existence category team. And then finally, Bojack is on tournament participants. Sure. So there we go. There is this World Tournament Awakening Bojack. Not bad. I feel like he's definitely a pretty decent character overall.